Natalia Stepanovna, what's the matter? Well, watch. Natalia Stepanovna wanted to know from Lomov for what reason he had come to their house. Lomov then told her, but he was in much hesitation. He was excited at the same time. He did not know how he would express his desire to Natalia Stepanovna, how he would introduce himself to Natalia about the proposal. Lomov then told her, I shall try to be brief. You must know, honored Natalia Stepanovna, that I have long since my childhood, in fact, had the privilege of knowing your family. Here Lomov, at the very beginning, introduced himself with the family matter that he had since his childhood long been acquainted with their family. And he had the privilege means special right, he had the privilege of knowing their family. My late aunt and her husband, from whom, as you know, I inherited my land, always had the greatest respect for your father and your late mother. Here Lomov told her that his late aunt and her husband, from whom, as she knew, he had inherited his land, always had the greatest respect for their father, for her father and her late mother. The Lomovs and the Chubukovs have always had the most friendly, and I might almost say the most affectionate regard for each other. Here Lomov told that both of the families had greatest respect for each of them. And as you know, my land is a near neighbor of yours. You will remember that my oxen meadows touch your virtues. My land is a near neighbor of yours. Lomov is a neighbor of Natalia or Chubukov's family, or Chubukovs. Here, he also mentioned that his land also is a near neighbor of hers. You will remember that my oxen meadows touch your virtues. Natalia Stepanovna then, excuse my interrupting you. You say, my oxen meadows? Here, my oxen meadows is the land of dispute. It is the disputed land. Natalia Stepanovna wanted to interrupt Lomov by telling that he said that his oxen meadows, but she wanted to know from Lomov if the oxen meadows are theirs or are the oxen meadows are hers, his. Lomov then boldly said that it was his. Oxen meadows are his. What are you talking about? Oxen meadows are ours, not yours. Here, Natalia Stepanovna also boldly said that oxen meadows were theirs, not his. Lomov, no, mine, honored Natalia Stepanovna. Well, I never knew that before. How do you make that out? Make out means understand. How do you understand? I never knew that before. Natalia Stepanovna got astonished on hearing such type of words of possession over the land of oxen meadows. Lomov, how? I am speaking of those oxen meadows which are wedged in between your virtues and the burnt marsh. Oxen meadows? I am speaking of those oxen meadows. Here Lomov wanted to mention that he was going to speak about the oxen meadows which were merged or which were tightly inserted between the birchwoods and the burnt marsh. Between your birchwoods and the burnt marsh. There were the two lands also, birchwoods and burnt marsh, and in between the two places there were the oxen meadows. Yes, they were ours. No, you are mistaken, honored Natalia Stepanovna, they are mine. Just think, Ivan Vasilevich, how long have they been yours? How long have they been yours? Here Natalia Stepanovna wanted to know from Lomov how long the Oxen Meadows had been theirs. Lomov. How long? As long as I can remember. Natalia Stepanovna. Really, you won't get me to believe that. Natalia Stepanovna then became so much excited on hearing such type of words of claiming over the land of Oxen Meadows in this way. She said that he would not get her to believe that. Lomov. But you can see from the documents on Natalia Stepanovna Oxen Meadows, it's true, where once the subject of dispute means debate or quarrel. Then Lomov wanted to point out that Oxen Meadows were at some period of the past time the matter of debate or quarrel. But now everybody knows that they are his. There's nothing to argue about. He wanted to say that though the Oxen Meadows were once the matter of debate or quarrel, now everybody will admit that Oxen Meadows are his. And so, there's nothing to argue about it. You see, my aunt's grandmother gave the free use of these meadows in perpetuity to the peasants of your father's grandfather. Here, Lomov wanted to say how he possessed the land. His aunt's grandfather had given the free use of these Oxen Meadows in perpetuity. Perpetuity means state of being lasting forever. Permanently. His aunt's grandmother had given the free use of these meadows permanently to the peasants of his father's grandfather. Chubukov's grandfather. To the peasants of Chubukov's grandfather. Peasants means day laborers. In return for which they were to make bricks for her. Here, Lomov's aunt's grandmother had given the free use of the Oxen Meadows to the laborers of Chubukov's grandfather, in return for which they were to make bricks for the lady. The peasants belonging to your father's grandfather had the free use of the meadows for 40 years. As a result of having the land of Oxen Meadows, the peasants, the day laborers of Chubukov's grandfather had been using the land for 40 years and had got into the habit of regarding the land as their own. And this is the matter of dispute. Ramna then said, no, it's not at all like that. Both my grandfather and great-grandfather reckoned that their land extended to burnt marsh, which means that Oxen Meadows were ours. Here Natalia Stepanovna denied the fact that Lomov wanted to establish. She said that as both her grandfather and great-grandfather reckoned means considered or thought that their land extended or stretched to burnt marsh, which means that Oxen Meadows were theirs. I don't see what's theirs to argue about. It's simply silly. So according to Natalia's opinion, as her grandfather and her great-grandfather considered the fact that their land extended to burnt marsh, there was nothing to argue about it. And it was simply silly for anybody's part to argue about it. Lomov, I will show you the documents, Natalia Stepanovna. Then Lomov wanted to show the documents to Natalia Stepanovna. Natalia Stepanovna, then, you are simply joking or making fun of me. What's a surprise? Here, Natalia Stepanovna wanted to say that Lomov was making fun of her. What a surprise. It was a matter of great surprise. We have had the land for nearly 300 years and then we are suddenly told that it isn't ours. Here they had the land for nearly 300 years they had possessed the land over 300 years, nearly 300 years, and then suddenly they were told that the Oxen Meadows were not theirs. Ivan Vasilevich, I can hardly believe my own ears. These meadows are not worth much to me. They only come to 5 desiathins. Desiathins is the measuring unit for plots of land. Here, Natalia Stepanovna wanted to say that though the land did not have much value, here she could not understand why he was claiming over the land. He could not stand such type of unfair things, unfair thing, the unjust thing. Say what you will, but I can't stand unfairness or injustice. As they had been possessing over the land for nearly 300 years, how Lomov could claim over the land of Oxen Meadows? Lomov then told Natalia to hear him out. I implore you, I beg earnestly, the peasants of your father's grandfather, as I have already had the honor of explaining to you, used to bake bricks for my aunt's grandmother. Now my aunt's grandmother wishing to make them a present. As a result of using the land for 40 years, the peasants of your father's grandfather had claimed the land to be their own. He had already explained it to her. Natalia Stepanovna then, I can't make head or tail of all this about aunts and grandfathers, etc. Cannot make head or tail means cannot understand at all. I cannot understand at all anything about the aunts, grandfathers, grandmothers. The meadows are ours. That's all. Lomov, mine. Ours. You can go on proving it for 2 days on end. 2 days on end means without any break. Here Natalia Stepanovna then was very obstinate and stubborn not to admit the fact that Lomov had possessed the land of Oxen Meadows. You can go on proving it for 2 days without any break. You can go and put on 15 dress jackets, but I tell you, they are ours. I don't want anything of yours, and I don't want to give up anything of mine. Natalia did not want anything of Lomov's, and she also did not want to give up anything of hers. So there's nothing to do about it. Natalia Ivanovna, I don't want the meadows, but I am acting on principle. Then Lomov said that he did not have any demand of the Oxen Meadows. He did not have any demand for the Oxen Meadows, but he was acting on principle. Principle means following moral rules. He was acting on principles. If you like, I will make you a present of them. Here, Lomov then wanted to calm Natalia that if she wanted or if she liked the meadows, she would present the meadows to her. I can make you a present of them myself because they are mine. Natalia then told in this way that she could make the lands a present of herself because they are hers. Here Natalia Stepanovna wanted to present the land to Natalia Lomov because she possessed the land. Your behavior, Ivan Vasilevich, is strange to say the least. Up to this, we have always thought of you as a good neighbor, a friend. Last year, we lent you our threshing machine, although on that account, we had to put up our own threshing till November. Here, Natalia Stepanovna told or informed or reminded Lomov that up to this, they had considered him as a good friend, a good neighbor. they had lent their threshing machine. Threshing machine means a machine which is used in order to separate the grains from corn. They had lent the threshing machine to Lomhov. As a result of lending the threshing machine to Lomhov, they had to postpone their own threshing till November. But you behave to us as if you were gypsies. Here now, Lomhov was behaving in such a way that it is as if they were gypsies. Gypsies are the people of nomadic community. They are supposed not to have the land of their own, and here it is used as an insulting remark. Here it is Natalia that she wanted to mean that Lomhov was pointing out of her claiming over the land of Oxen Meadows in such a way that Natalia's family did not have any land of their own, and so he wanted to mean them as gypsies. Giving me by my own land, indeed, no, really, no, really, that's not at all neighborly. In my opinion, it's even impudent. If you want to know, then you make out that I am a land grabber. Then Lomhov wanted to say that Natalia Stepanovna wanted to mean him as a land grabber. Land grabber means one who seizes others' land forcefully and unlawfully. Then you make out that I am a land grabber. Madam, never in my life have I grabbed anybody else's land. And here Lomhov protested by telling her that never in his life he had grabbed anybody else's land. And I shan't allow anybody to accuse me of having done so. And so he will not allow anybody to accuse anybody of claiming him or considering him to be a land grabber. Quickly steps to the karef means glass container. Karef means glass container, and drinks more water. Quickly steps to the karef and drinks more water. Oxen Meadows are mine. Lomhov gets so much excited, and then he goes to the karef. Karef means glass container, in order to drink some water, and drinks. Natalia Stepanovna, it's not true. They are ours. Lomhov, mine. It's not true. I will prove it. I will send my mowers out to the meadows this very day. Natalia Stepanovna boldly asserts that she would send their mowers out to the meadows that day. Lomhov then became excited and angry. What? My mowers will be there this very day. Then again Natalia told her or informed him that she would send her mowers to the field that day. Lomhov, I will give it to them in the neck. I will give it to them in the neck. Give it to them in the neck means throw them out forcefully. I will drive them out forcefully. You dare? Lomhov clutches at his heart. Oxen Meadows are mine. Oxen Meadows are mine. Lomhov then becomes so much excited and nervous, broke down. Nervous breakdown. You understand? Mine. Lomhov clutches at his heart. Clutches means grabs at his heart. Oxen Meadows are mine. Natalia Stepanovna, please don't shout. You can shout yourself hoarse in your own house, but there I must ask you to restrain yourself. Natalia Stepanovna then shouts in order to limit Lomhov not to shout in their house. She asked him to restrain himself. to control himself. Lomhof then, if it was not, madam, for this awful excruciating palpitation, if my whole inside wasn't upset, I would talk to you in a different way. Il's oxen meadows are mine. Lomhof then told Natalia that if she had not been suffering from crucial palpitation or severe painful palpitation, he would act rather in another way. Then Lomhof shouts very loudly, oxen meadows are mine. Natalia Stepanovna, ours. Lomhof, mine. Natalia Stepanovna then claims the lands to be theirs. Lomhof, mine. In this way, the demand for the land or the claiming for the possession of the land of Oxen Meadows rises to a crucial or climatic fight. Then enters Chubukov. Chubukov enters during the crucial moment of their two fight. Enters Chubukov. Chubukov enters during this crucial moment. Chubukov, what's the matter? What are you shouting at? Chubukov then wanted to know from them what they were shouting at. Natalia Stepanovna, Papa, please tell this gentleman who owns Green Meadows, we or he. Natalia then wanted to know from her father in order to tell him to support whether they possess the land or Lomhof possess the land. Chubukov, to Lomhof, darling, the meadows are ours. Then Chubukov joins in order to support his daughter. He points out that the meadows are theirs. Lomhof, but please, Stepan Stepanovich, how can they be yours? To be a reasonable man, my aunt's grandmother gave the meadows for the temporary and free use of your grandfather's peasants. The peasants used the land for 40 years and got as accustomed to it as if it was their own land when it happened. Here Lomhof wanted to point out in the same way as it had been pointed out to Natalia. He pointed out that how they had possessed the land. Excuse me, my precious, you forget just this, that the peasants did not pay your grandmother, and all that because the meadows were in dispute. Here, Chubukov wanted to point out that the peasants, the land laborers, his grandfather's land laborers did not pay her aunt's grandmother, because the meadows were the matter of dispute or debate. And now everybody knows that they are ours. Here, as the land laborers did not pay Lomhof's grandmother, they used the land freely. And now everybody knows that the lands are theirs. It means that you have not seen the plan. Here Chubukov wanted to say that Lomhof had not seen any plan. Lomhof then tells him that I will prove to you that they are mine. Chubukov, you won't prove it, my darling, I shall. Chubukov, dear one, why ill like that? Ill means shout loudly. Why won't prove? You won't prove anything just by yelling. Yelling means shouting, by shouting loudly. I don't want anything of yours and don't intend to give up what I have. Chubukov tells Lomhof that he would not want to give anything of his, and he also did not want to take anything of his. And you know, my beloved, that if you propose to go on arguing about it, I would much sooner give up the meadows to the peasants than to you. Here Chubukov continues arguing at the time of claiming over the land to Lomhof that if he continues claiming over the land or arguing over the land of Oxen Meadows in this way, he would sooner give up the lands to the peasants than to him. I don't understand. How have you the right to give you anything or give away somebody else's property? Here Lomo became astonished because he could not understand how they had the right to give up anybody else's property to others. Chubukov, you may take it that I know whether I have the right or not, because, young man, I am not used to being spoken to in that tone of voice, and so on. I, young man, am twice your age and ask you to speak to me without agitating yourself and all that. You may take it that I know whether I have the right or not. You have the right, whether you have the right or not, because, young man, I am not used to being spoken. I am not accustomed, I am not habituated to being spoken in that tone of voice that expresses your attitude and so on. And I, young man, am twice your age. I am, as Lomov is 35 years old young man. Here Chubukov wanted to point out that he is twice his age. It means that